Hey, it's Shay Seeking, and I'm here with another video. Before I start off, I just pulled this up real quick. Um, and I just wanted to go ahead and state the fact that I'm using this information in fair use. Um, and let's go ahead and get into this little video. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to use this. And not use like all of it or whatever.
This land is for good.
So I just wanted to show that I guess that the frustrations that's going on amongst people of color. Another disclaimer, I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm not here to be politically correct. I'm here to bring information to people. If you are too sensitive to take the information and do with it what you please and think how you want, and I'm hoping that if we can all see what's really going on, we can just all see things on a level of just getting a better understanding of what's going on, not just in our community, but with brown people around the world. I know that brown people are not the only people that are affected by the things that are going on in this world. I know that there is a battle, or not even a battle because it's not fair. Both parties don't even know that they're fighting against each other. But I think it's more all the corruption that's going on in this world is on the basis of the have and the have-nots. And it's to keep the people that may have had the power long ago from obtaining that power again. And if another couple of other people get in the way of that, they will mow them down as well. So when people say the white man this and the white man that, I necessarily don't look at it that way, because I know for a fact that a lot of these people that are having some hand in the disruptions and the things that are going on in this world are in fact darker view people too. It's just they want to give us the have-nots the perception that this is about race in that way, when it's really mainly about those who have, regardless of what it is that you have. I'm just saying those who have whatever that, and in this case we're saying power, money, leverage. Those who have those things are over the people that don't have much control over those things, and they might have a darker view skin, but they also might have a lighter view skin. But one thing that they have in common is they don't have the power and the money and the power and the wealth and all these things that these other people do. So I say that to say, because I know that I have people on my platform that look like me, and there's people that don't, and they just want to get the information or whatever. And I don't want anybody to feel like I'm coming from from a malice place. The only where I can start is within my immediate my people, because we can all go ahead and make it seem just like it, even if it's not. And I just told you guys that the thing is happening with all people. We have to look at the point that is happening amongst they're giving us the perception that now this don't always even have to mean that it's that way, but we can't help but see that all the information that we are being provided gives us the perception that this is against a race and not anything more, when that's, I think, why we can't move forward, because we're just seeing it in that way. We're not knowing who we are, where we come from, and what our true power is. So on that note, let's go ahead and just watch this little clip.
This land is not for you. This land is for good. You got some nerve, you know. You come to my country, and you... No, you have not country. If you believe in that, you have a country, and this is your country, and not my country. That is bad. I'm a human being. I'm not believing abroad. I'm not believing abroad. I believe in this. This land is done for good, not for you, not for any white man.
And we told you that you are still in Africa. This is Northeastern Africa. The truth is coming to front. Because this is Africa.
אני אזרחית פה. כן.
Now, wait a minute. You know, this is what I want to tell y'all. This remind me of those who don't like to use information from the Bible, which is a collaborated, overwhelming amount of information. If you can look at it with leaving religion and all this stuff about the what do you call it? I'm not going to tell you what you should think, but if you just leave religion out of it and really read and listen to what was going on with this whole Jesus crucified thing, I think it is like they say in the scripture that they preached Christ crucified to certain people as a stumbling block. And I think that is the stumbling block because that is what most of the people in our community have been worshiping and riding on for so long. And a lot of us, I think even unknowingly, have been trying to give more power to the creation, rather it is would have been a real human or some kind of a mythological thing. It still was created. That's a creation. If there is an all powerful being at the top, that's where he will be. That's who you should look to. But we have mistakenly, I think, been misled. And I think Jesus himself and I think other people try to basically warn us of this particular mishap. But we decided not to see that because we want to go after and be misled, which the Bible also tells you that you shouldn't be. I say these things over and over again because these are key quotes that can be used universally. Let no man deceive you. A pastor in the church that went to school to be a pastor that is under the 501c3 or 3C is just a man. I always get it mixed up. That's why I'm saying that. He's just a man. Just like you. So if you choose to go to that church and don't tell me that if you've been going to a church for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, that the way that pastor interprets the word doesn't have and shares it with you, don't have nothing to do with how you interpret the word. Well, I see it differently. I don't think that we were supposed to be led in groups and whatever. I think that the whole religion was put there to keep you out of the Bible, even though some people think they're reading it. You're really not. You're doing just that. You're reading it. You're not researching, study. I don't give a damn how much you go to Bible study. That's not what you're doing. You're getting somebody else's perception. The whole and it's under the realm of religion. That lots of things that you learn in church contradict the things that you can read in the book yourself. And once you're not afraid to challenge that and to ask questions and to do these things, you will start to see this. And this is the key. This is the key. This is the key. So it reminds me of how the people were spread away, how the creator was saying that you take my people, you spread them out, you put, or even he's moved them from the four corners or whatever. And there's other stories in there that point to the fact that some people were scattered and moved and misplaced. And sometimes it was the work of said Lord, which may be, or creator, I'm not going to go that far because I don't have anything in front of me right now to quote. But, and then most times it's speaking of, I think, other entities moving. Now, let's not forget that back in the day, fathers were over villages. So when it said this father or whatever, and lords were also over districts or whatever when it comes to European courts. So let's not forget that these terms was, and then remember that when I keep telling y'all that the book is not as old as you think it is. Think more along the lines of the 14, 15, 1600s. So, but anyways, this reminds me of that one day it was said by whoever that the children that you moved away were going to be brought back in, and they were going to become some kind of a problem. And then reflect on that while you look at what's going on around the world that they don't talk about on the news. They just spend time telling you about dumb stories, half of them made up, and weather, when they don't bring none of this stuff up. You have to go out and look for this on your own. So it don't necessarily mean that it's happening how they're saying. It's not, doesn't mean that whatever, but it just do your own research. And it's creating this thing. Of course they're going to get a race war because they're creating this thing amongst the people that need these positions, the people that are not in power. So if you bring a group from here and a group from there, it's going to cause a problem. But if people can't see what's going on, it's going to be seeming like they're being assaulted or some kind of way. But they don't even know the history. Just like gentrification in America. A lot of people go into these neighborhoods. Some of them know what's going on with gentrifying. But then you got the next generation or something after that where now it looks totally different. Everything has changed. And these people don't really know the truth about the fact that those people that are actually wanting to come back but now not able to because the prices is too high and they've been gentrified and pushed out. A lot of the people that have taken their place don't even know that it used to be a black neighborhood or know the real history of the place. Even the black people don't even know that they was Indians, and when they feel some kind of attachment to these lands and stuff, is because some of these is your ancestral lands or lands that meant a lot more than what you think to these people because we didn't know who the people were. We didn't know that they was Indians. I think something like that is going on in Portland, Oregon right now. I was watching a documentary about what's going on there. So, anyways, guys, I'm sorry.
מאיפה? מישהו לבן, בן זונה זונה, כלב שרוצה להיכנס, הוא צריך לשאול את שחור.
אני לא מאמין בגיוון.
אתה לא מאמין?
לא מאמין בגיוון, אחד. כל העולם שלי. אני לא מכיר גיוון, כל העולם שלי.
There's a lot of hate and a lot of anger being spewed out, but you can't blame the people because they don't know the truth. But at the same time, they could stop and look at the situation and see what the real problem is. So, and also these people, instead of protesting, could be finding out other ways that they can go about doing this without causing a commotion. But at the end of the day, tempers are going to fly. They're going to flare. And this is the kind of thing that's going to happen. And this is the kind of thing that they're trying to bring to places all over the world so that we're fighting amongst each other instead of fighting against the powers that be. Because if those people were not supposed to be there, they wouldn't be there. There's some kind of way why they're able to be there or get in. So you're mad at the wrong people if you really feel like there is a such thing as borders and that some people don't belong. Not saying that I'm not saying that that's right. I'm saying that I'm not saying that it's right, but that's just what I'm saying, how other people are seeing it.
בישראל. לא יושבים בישראל.
באמת? אז מתי תשבו בישראל?
לא יושבים פה.
כן?
כל השנים.
כל השנים?
60 שנים, 70 שנים אנחנו פה. אתם לשמיים. צלם, צלם עוד פעם, עוד פעם. צלם, עוד פעם, עוד פעם.
תודה רבה לנאצים. מה קרה? תודה רבה לנאצים. מה זה נאצים? שחטו אתכם, שחטו את האימי שלכם.
אתה יודע בכלל מה שאתה מדבר בכלל?
כן, אני מדבר טוב טוב, אני אוהב את הנאצים. המדינה שלכם זו מדינה של ערבים, אז אין לכם זכות לדבר.
This land is not.
Okay, so I think this video is from like 2 years ago, if I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. But just think about what's going on in these places and that they have been going on for this long. And it's kind of sad that when you look up information like this, you can't really get anything too accurate or current when it comes to these issues. This is what I think the news should be wasting our time. I mean, they're wasting our time at this point. But I think that the news should be focusing on things like this more than just who did what and what movie star this. And, you know, not to say that nobody's life matter if a little child drowns at the zoo or something. But I'm pretty sure that if they were to bring, but you know what, like I tell you all the time, the news and everything mainstream, the networks are owned by 5 or 6 different people, and they have control over what the people that want to keep you in the position, no matter in the status that you are in, no matter if you're black or white or whatever the hell you are, they are the same people that want to keep you in a certain position. And those are the people that you give your money to when you purchase these items, that you purchase these Nikes and stuff, their connections to these companies. Those are the people when your child is watching Disney Channel, which has been, that has so much. If you want to have the time, go ahead and look up the way that the Disney Channel subliminally send subliminal messages to the children through their cartoons, and they have been doing it ever since the early Mickey Mouse days, and it's all the way even so much horrible than we think now. I think somebody did a video on how many penises that they can detect in the Disney movie. I'm sorry for being graphic, but I just put it out there because most of the videos are titled that way. Gross subliminal things that we don't see, but we sit our children in front of these TVs every day, all day, and some of us, not all, and they just watch and regurgitate these shows over and over and over and over again, and we don't even really know these spells that they're using on your mind, which is why we can't think straight to this day. So I just want to thank you guys for watching, and just be paying attention to what's going on in the surroundings, because there's a uprising going on around within the earth and its people and around the world. There's a shift going on. And I don't mean nothing when I'm still telling you guys about the Bible, but that there's a lot of information in there. And if you really want to see, and you ask the ancestors and the higher power or the source to guide you into seeing truth. I demanded to see truth a long time ago, and this is what happened to me. And so I want to thank you guys for watching, and if you want to go ahead and catch this video or some of the other content on your own, it's called "It's Not Your Country: Immigrants Challenging Local Residents" in South Tel Aviv. So how do we know that this is not something that's deeper than, well, I know it's something that's deeper than us, but that's leading these people to come back to these lands right now. And the people that thought they were on top because of a skin color, but they're all just down here with us. The people that were given the perception, I actually feel worse for them. Although I feel enough pain for my people, what I'm saying is when it comes to who's been mind screwed the most. So, until next time, I guess I'll See you soon. Bye.